Shalom. I hope you're very, very well. Do not be anxious or be afraid, for our Father is with you. Trust me when I say this, that the demons know his name, and they shudder in fear. For just as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the days of the coming of the Son of Man. For Elohim saw the world, that it was corrupt. For all flesh had corrupted its way. All flesh. Welcome to a few episodes that expose the darker side of our reality. Many say that cryptids, they creep around in the dark. They scratch and snarl. Some smell real bad. Some even howl at the moon. Many say that they're myths, stories, figures of fear games that our mind plays tricks on itself when it's alone in the dark. I'm reminded of all the nursery rhymes that we grew up with. The stories we've been told throughout our lives. It takes our imagination to really dark places when we're on edge, right? Well, what if I told you that there's biblical evidence of a legitimate beginning to these darker realms, these dark stories, these legends, these fables? What if I told you that we could read scripture that will prove an existence? For we do not wrestle with flesh and blood, but of principalities, of darker spirits in an evil realm. Brothers and sisters, I hope you're well. I truly do. Let us take a few passages from the book of Enoch, Jasher, Genesis, and Jubilees. Let us see what it has to say. And it happened, after the sons of men had multiplied in those days, that daughters were born to them, elegant and beautiful. And in the latter days of Yared, the angels of Yahweh descended on the earth, those who are named the Watchers, that they should instruct the children of men, that they should do judgment and uprightness on the earth. And when the Watchers beheld them, the daughters, they became enamored with them, saying to each other, "Come, let us select for ourselves women from the progeny of men, and let us beget children." And they swore all together, and all bound themselves by a mutual curse. Their whole number was 200, who descended upon the top of Mount Hermon. Then they took women, each choosing for himself, whom they began to approach, and whom they cohabited, teaching them sorcery, incantations, and the dividing of genes and DNA. And the women conceiving brought forth Nephilim, and they bore them 3 races, the great Nephilim, the Nephilim, and the Eliud. and they existed, increasing in power according to their greatness. These devoured all the labor of men, until it became impossible to feed them, when they turned themselves against men in order to devour them, and began to injure birds and beasts and cattle and reptiles and fish, to eat one another's flesh and to drink their blood. Then the earth began to reprove its unrighteousness. And the Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of Elohim came to the daughters of men, and they bore children to them. Those were the mighty men of old, the men of name and fame. And iniquity increased on the earth, and all flesh corrupted its way, alike men and cattle and beasts and birds, and everything that walks on the earth. All of them corrupted their ways and their odors, and they began to devour each other. And iniquity further increased on the earth, and every imagination of the thoughts of men was thus evil continually. And as they multiplied upon the face of the earth with sons and daughters, they taught one another their evil practices, and they continued sinning against the Most High. And every man made unto himself an Elohim, and they robbed and plundered, and corrupted the earth with evil practices. And the earth was filled with violence, and their judges and their rulers, who were the men of great renown, went to the daughters of men and took their women by force from their men, according to their choice. And the sons of men in those days also took from the cattle, the beasts, the fowls, and taught the mixture of animals, one species with another, in order to provoke Yahweh, the Most High. And Elohim saw the whole earth, that it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted its way upon the earth, all men and all animals. And Yahweh saw the wickedness of man, that it was great upon the earth. Then Michael and Gabriel and Raphael and Suriel and Uriel looked down from heaven and saw the iniquity of blood which was shed upon the earth. And they went and instructed the Most High, the blessed Elohim. You have seen what Azazel has done. Now he has taught every species iniquity upon the earth, and has disclosed to the world all the secret things which are done in the heavens. And they all have gone together to the daughters of men, and have lain with them, and have become polluted. And the women likewise have brought forth the Nephilim. Thus has the whole earth been filled with blood and iniquity. And Yahweh saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every inclination of the thoughts of his heart was thus evil continually. Well then, and so as it has been written, all flesh had corrupted its way. All flesh. That goes far beyond mankind, doesn't it? All means all. Many of us have seen apparitions, figures, perhaps on an evening walk, lurking around in a tree line. Maybe you've heard the howls, the whoops. It will stop your heart and shake you to your soul. We shall continue with what happened to the judgment of these creatures in our next episode. Believe me, it does get thick. The story doesn't stop there. It continues. It's only my intention here to peel back the layers and the veils of myth, perhaps even Hollywood magic, to show you the truth. The truth that's hidden in plain sight. So, stay tuned. I love you very much. And remember, we do not wrestle with one another, our flesh and our blood, together as brothers and sisters, but only of the spiritual realm. It goes far beyond our wildest imagination. Shalom.